Okay, several people said this, and I totally should have thought about it, but I guess I just didn't, or I didn't know. But yes, I mean, it actually proves the point more that socialism or social-capitalist democracies don't make things slower, because getting my social security number or footnummer from the government took like 48 hours. It was nonsensically fast. But the bank ID is the private solution, and that took forever. So like, it proves the point that privatized solutions are not necessarily faster. In fact, if you want my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, is like, I think once companies get their money, they don't care. They don't do it faster. But I was also gonna respond to something else, which is that I cut this out of my first video, but a friend pointed this out to me, and I saw some comments to this effect that the one thing I'll say about Bank ID too is it made it like one part of getting here and getting set up was becoming like a citizen, you know, having all your documents, which already presumes a level of privilege, right? Because if you are a refugee, you might not have your birth certificate. Or if you've even just gone through like a really nasty divorce, you might not have all these papers that you were required to have for immigrating. But not only do you have to do that to become a citizen, with the bank ID, you really have to have the resources and time to prove that you're like a financial citizen. And a friend put it to me that way. And I was like, that is so true. It's like, I definitely could see how the bank ID part, what is like a real barrier for people who, I mean, it's not like you have to have money to get the bank ID. It's not like you have to have enough money in a bank, but it is this like proof of financial citizenship that takes all these other hoops you have to jump through. And I think, and it prevents you from being a full financial citizen and operating the way everybody else does in Norway if you can't while you're waiting. And I would agree that's actually like, it's odd. Like, I know Norway isn't socialist, like I know that, socio-capitalist democracy. I'm using it as an example because I think it cuts across American biases of disliking socialism but liking Norway, even though it has some socialized systems. But the bank ID thing and some of the capitalist things in Norway are almost like occasionally feel like dystopianly capitalist. So again, that's sort of like, you can't just say that because, and I think Americans would often say that because they have socialized healthcare, they're socialist. And it's like, no, they're actually like hyper-capitalist in some way in Norway. But they have these other systems that guarantee basic human rights, which is great.